Man, sorry about that, guys. Part two here of Across the Hobby. I did not realize that I had something on my calendar. I knew that I had it on my calendar, but I thought it was 2 hours later. I recorded today with Mike from Sports Card Nonsense, and that is always awesome to go on their show. They do such a good job, so you'll see that come out later today. But sorry about the part two. I had to take a quick break. We were in the middle of talking about MC Sports Cards, and guys, this MC Sports Cards auction is insane. I'm going to show you one of the insane cards from the auction right here. There's the back of it. What I wanted to see on this card was what this was right here, and this is just a number on the card. What is cool about this card, and that I obviously like, is that it's serial number to 20, which is which is Barry Sanders' jersey number. This card is very similar design to what we saw in 2004-5, exquisite on the number pieces. This is not a number piece. This is not a patch, right? But the card's numbered out of 20. The design is similar. The other thing that's not ideal is the autograph is on, it looks like a label that they put within the card. I believe that's the case, because see how Barry's autograph goes behind the thing right here. So, but having said that, it is still a beautiful card and a really nice Barry Sanders. This Anthony Hardaway will be one of my favorite cards of the week. Probably my very favorite card of the week, though, in terms of auctions at MC, for a couple of reasons. Anthony Hardaway doesn't have some huge number of great insert cards. He doesn't. This is an insert. It's not parallel. He has things like the 97 PMG red and green, and a lot of these cards where he's featured with the Magic that are worth a lot. And those also happen to line with sets that are super popular. But the Raise the Roofs set, it's not a parallel, it's an insert from the Mystique brand from 1999. And it's one of the, aesthetically, it's one of the nicest insert sets ever. You can see that both sides refract on the card. You can see, though, and this, to me, this is the key part here, guys. I know he's not featured with the Magic, and everybody loves Magic penny cards. But this is the number 1 of 100. 001 out of 100. Raise the Roof. It's nuts. 4 Penny Hardaway being not only his first, but his jersey number is really pretty neat. So take a close look at the serial number on that. Go compare it to other ones. I think it's okay. It's a little bit lighter, and my eyes aren't great, but definitely magnify that and make sure that that looks good. But I've never heard of a secondary Raise the Roof sheet. I've never heard of replacement copies. That would be the first time I'd ever seen one. I absolutely love that card. So definitely watch that one, especially if you're a big penny fan. I think you'll find that'll be one of the bigger penny sales of the year, I would suspect. All right, moving on. A card that has been in my collection for about 10 years. I'm buying a big card. I haven't told you guys what it is yet. I don't want to ruin the surprise, but suffice it to say, it's one of the biggest cards I've ever purchased. When I bought this, I remember doing the research. At the time, I believe it was the most expensive autograph patch of Chris Paul ever that wasn't a rookie card. And it's easy to see why. The Clippers logo, look at the Clippers logo. It provides lots of opportunities for really cool pieces. And this is one of the coolest ones with that little blue dot in the middle, the red around it. Look at how many sections exist within that 1/2 inch by 1.5 inch patch window. See, the patch window is beautiful gold. Chris Paul is over the gold etched holofoil down here too. You can see his foot coming out there at the end. You can see it. You can see the foot right here, just coming between the two lines. And then I always say, these are the words I always use when I describe Chris Paul signing an Eminence card. He's just a ninja with that gold pen. So people will think, oh, you're just selling it because he's retiring. I actually don't like that this card is selling right now, because a lot of people are selling big time Chris Paul cards, trying to capitalize on the fact that he's on the news. I genuinely think, as far as like quality of patch, quality of autograph, aesthetically, I think it's one of the nicest Chris Paul cards ever. With that said, some people do not like Eminence because they think that they don't like the gold markers, they don't like how thick the cards are and things like that. I absolutely love this card, and I made a decision that was talking to somebody else about earlier today. I have an Eminence case that I have like all of these really cool cards in that I've like tried to make the best case of Eminence that I possibly could. I made a decision when I decided to buy the big card that I'm buying now to not have any situations where I have two of the same player. And I had two Chris Pauls. The other one is not nearly as nice aesthetically, and it is not nearly as nice of a patch, but it's a 1-of-1, and it's a USA 1-of-1. I think it's one of the cooler, like I think it's one of the biggest Chris Paul patch autos in existence. And so I chose to keep that. The other thing is that I don't have as many horizontal cards, and it's a horizontal fit in the case. You don't need to know all of that, but I already regret this one going. I know it's a lot, especially for Chris Paul. I don't know who knows what it ends up selling for, but it's pretty rare when you can have a patch that looks like that. And the other thing about this, and this is what I always loved about Eminence, see the sticker on the top here? This is how the card came out of the pack. So some big autograph patches you'll see slabbed, and you're still like, wait, am I sure that patch is original? Do I know that that wasn't replaced? This came out like right after the product came out. In this case, I bought it, and it's been with me ever since. So sorry to take so long on that card, but it's one of the coolest Chris Paul cards you're ever going to see. And then another card that's been in my collection for close to 10 years. This card represents 55 championships. 11 for Bill Russell. I think is it 11 or 10 for Sam Jones? All these guys represent 55 total. I think 3 of them are still alive, maybe fewer now. Nelly's still alive. Gosh, it might be like Nelly and Bailey. There might be only 1 or 2 guys that are still alive, and still you see like compare this to any other card of the era. Like this card was signed on card, guys. All 8 of these guys signed on the card. You can see Frank wasn't doing so well. Frank's is a little bit splotchy, hit his hand, but they're all on card, all in gold. Look how good Russ's looks. And Sam Jones is another wizard with that gold pen. I love this card. But I had to sell it. Dang it. Had to sell it. Vince Carter did not sign for Exquisite in 2003. He did not sign for Exquisite in 2004. He signed for just a few years. This is one of the earlier big-time Vince Exquisite cards. If he had an Emblems of Endorsement that was made in 2003, it's probably a $10,000 card, but he doesn't. So the first time that you see him, I think, is in 06. He might be in 05 too. He might be in an 05. I had an 05 number pieces Vince, so this might be the second one, but definitely look that up. Either way, he's got a great autograph. This card with a holofoil. J-Kid just pointing over the corner here. 6 out of 15. 15, by the way, it's not to 15 because that's his jersey number. Emblems of Endorsement for this year were all numbered to 15. So kind of cool to see his jersey number on there too. Okay, really an interesting comparison here. We're going to move Minute for a second. I talked about this card a little bit last week. I was really interested to see how it would do. Reggie's a pop 10. Stockton's a pop 8. I would put these two in the same band as far as being like highly collectible guys that we don't really ever consider in the GOAT conversation. But from the 90s, they're some of the best, most collected guys. Let me go on a little bit of a tangent here real quick. When you look at the 90s, you have Jordan and Kobe 1 and 2 by far. Nobody's going to question that. And then you have this next group, which is like Shaq, Rodman, Allen Iverson, and Tim Duncan. And I'm putting Duncan in there. It's a little bit weird to put him in there, but I think he fits closer to this group than the next group. And the next group is like Kevin Garnett, Penny Hardaway, Reggie Miller, John Stockton, maybe Grant Hill, Carmelo, Charles Barkley, maybe Patrick Ewing, David Robinson for sure. It's like the third or fourth group. Those are like the tiers of how I think about it. But when you look at this Stockton and when you look at this Reggie, it's easy to sort of look at them. Look, they were even in the same. Look at the serial number here: 311-07306, 311-07316. These are from the same collector's collection, without question. Now they're both 10s, Reggie's pop 10, and Stockton's pop 8. But I will tell you, it seems to me, I'm not going to comment on greening because I struggle with greening. I've learned on the Kobe you can see this, unfortunately, this has a little bit of greening here on whoever this is, Myers, maybe I'm not sure about the legs as much, but certainly right here. What about Reggie? I said I wasn't going to comment on it. Look at Reggie's legs. See what you think about the greening there. Here is what is clear to me, though. Look at the centering on the Reggie. And look at the centering on the Stockton. That card's pretty far to the right. This is a pop 8. I would generally take this over the Reggie if they're the same band, and I would argue Stockton and Reggie are a very similar band. I think Reggie and Stockton are in the exact same band. Highly collected guys by franchises that didn't have a whole lot of other guys that were super popular. But to me, these are more of like set collector type cards. And this one sits off quite a bit. It's funny because I love Stockton. I would probably take the Reggie here. And right now, the prices on these sort of indicate that the market does too. But I would highlight this. You might look at this and say, okay, so it's got greening. Okay, so it's off-centered. It's still a 10, and there's only 8 of those. And I would immediately respect that and say, yep, you're right. It's one of the most iconic sets that Stockton ever appeared in, and it is a 10. It was graded a 10. It was graded a 10 a long time ago, but it was graded a 10. So that'll be an interesting comparison to watch tonight, I think. Manute Bol's interesting because he's such an icon. Tallest player in NBA history, passed away young. This is his rookie card. It's autographed. If it was in a PSA slab, I think it'd be quite a bit more. And that's something to think about is like, well, do I want to try to get this into a PSA slab? And then the Kobe here, is this edge okay over here? I can't tell if that's an issue on the edge. It's a little bit rough. What I do know, there's not a lot of gold refractors that predate this, guys. There's really not. And I know it's numbered at 99. It's not his best gold refractor or anything, but if you want a Kobe Bryant gold refractor, some people think about 96 and 97 as gold refractors. Some people don't because the whole set for finest is not paralleled in gold. It's just there's sections of the finest set that are, but there's no chrome gold. There's nothing else. There's just 96 and 97 golds or rares in the regular finest set. And then you don't have anything really till like 99. And in 99, you get finest. And in 2000, you get finest. Those are both numbered to 100. And then in 2001, I don't think you have anything in 2001 that's a gold refractor. I'm just going off the top of my head. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think there is. Maybe I'm mistaken. But then in 2002, you get finest does to 25. Chrome doesn't. 2002, you don't get any gold refractors, but you have this one out of pristine. And there's another one out of pristine as well. Pristine might have a gold refractor in 2001. Maybe. Or maybe it doesn't. It's a refractor, but I don't think it's gold. Maybe it is. I don't know. I should know that. I think it does. I used to have, I think, the Jordan, because there's one that comes in a case. Anyway, I always get 2002 and 2001 confused, as I've just illustrated. But I really like this card, especially for the cost. Go look at what other Kobe gold refractors go for. You might not find one that's cheaper than that one. This guy, I don't even remember what his story is. I remember looking it up and thinking, I think was he the first Jewish NBA basketball player or something like that. I should remember that, especially because I'm selling the card. Sitting really low. The card is actually sold for close to $5,000. This is one of those really interesting lessons. Let me show you guys this real quick. So if you come into Card Ladder and type in, I don't even know if this is how to say his name, Komives, and you do price, and you see 69. He's got some high grade copies. Look at this one. So this one in a 6 with a 10 auto, 3,500. Oh, I almost said something wrong. I thought this had sold for. Somebody told me that they had paid $5,000 for this one privately. Here's a 6 though that sold. Now this is 3 years ago, and it's certainly in a down market. It sold for $3,500. And then you've got this one right here from Heritage, 1680. That's the same condition and the same type of autograph. So several sales, like well over $1,000, $1,500, $1,400, $1,600, and this one's sitting at $92. So that should be a fun one, but might be a deal. The thing that's interesting on this, so you're talking about like such a low population on this card. It says pop to 7 higher. I can't remember. I thought it was only 8. Maybe there's 10 maybe there's 9 of them in existence. There could be 9 of them in existence. It's one of the rarer cards from the 69 set with the autograph. So that could be a fun one. I own this one for a really long time too. I think I've had this one for 6 years. This is the nicest one of the credentials that I've ever owned. Got it graded not that long ago. 6 on here is really a rough grade. The card basically presents as a mint condition card. When I say basically, I mean it presents as a mint condition card. I don't see an issue with it, and yet it came back a 6, which was surprising to me. I love this LeBron. I love the older long form autograph. I love that you can sort of make out the LB. This is the big card out of 2003 SP Game Use. I know the autograph's on an Avery label, but it's one of the nicer LeBron James rookie autographs for sure. All right, that's it for MC Sports Cards. Definitely check that stuff out. With hoodies, their big auction ended last week, but I wanted to show you this because this Jordan right here is easy to look past, especially if you're a newer collector. But what you've got to know, this team leader set, this one along with, there's a defensive card that came out in this age too. This card is one of the best inserts was one of the best inserts at this point. In fact, it's really between this and just a couple of other cards is like the greatest insert of the era. I would go compare the pop to the Beam Team. Beam Team is the other one that's like obviously like one of the great cards of the era. Scoring Kings was great, but it came the next year. This came out before the Scoring Kings. As far as PSA rare PSA 10 goes, there's not much that are too much better. Look at that cert. Look at that holder. That means this is a holder that has been crossed over, which is nice. I think people really like to see the new PSA holders. So that one's worth looking at, and always, look through hoodies to see what else they have. The Shaq autograph right here with the black ink is interesting. The old Giannis autograph when he was signing on stickers, long form is cool. Cool Magic Johnson, actually, a 1 of 1 from 2013. Don't see stuff like that every day. Okay, but now let's get to the main part of the show. There are so many stories to tell about the Premier Auction, guys. Like so many crazy stories to tell about the Premier Auction. I already started last week talking about this Wemby. He only has 2 kabooms, meaning he only has 2 greens. And since he didn't sign NBA licensed cards, you have to look and say, what are the best Wemby cards that are non-autographed that are NBA licensed? What are the best unlicensed Wemby cards? What are his best rookies? What are his best non-rookies? And as you sort of highlight, like which of the cards might be his best cards in existence, given Kaboom's the love for Kaboom right now, especially the really rare ones, you have to look at the 2023 Kaboom, which I don't think has ever popped up before. I don't think we've ever seen it. I think you have to look at that as possibly the best Wemby card in existence. Now, this isn't the 2023. This is the 2024, but I think you've got to put that in the conversation, at least, for one of his best cards in existence. For this Tom Brady right here, the thing that I was really interested to see, I don't remember the last time that a championship tag or a championship ticket sold in a PSA holder. I just don't remember it. You can see right here, it's pop 1 of 11, and there's just one higher. That one's going to be a 9. But I wonder, so I want to do this. I want to go to Card Ladder and go Tom Brady 2000 Contenders PSA 100. When we do that, here's the last one. Sorry, this is by price. It's not the last one. This is the last one. In September, an 8 sold for $549,000 at Golden. Okay, so this is also an 8. It is a much older cert, starting in the zeros. 04. This is newer. Newer can be good or bad. Depends on what you think. Neither of them have the autograph graded, but this one was $549,000 back in September, and this one's $340 plus buyers premium. Has a ways to go. This one's sitting at $406,000, 408,000. I'm wrong. Something like that. 408,000, something like that. After buyer's premium. I can't do my mental math right now. Forgive me for that. But we haven't seen one sell in a while. So the question, of course, here is, will this one catch up or even surpass this one? If you go back a little bit further, there was a 6.5 10 that sold in August, and then you get back to December. So we saw 2 in the last 14 months. This will be the third in that period. And as the premier card, really, of Tom Brady, and a lot of people think of really as like one of the premier cards of the whole 2000s, it's neat to see that one selling in such a high grade. I already told the story on this one, but the real key here is there's 20 Michael Jordan star autographs that have ever been graded by PSA, the 101. And so although this one's a pop 4, this is how I would think about this, okay? And if I was just trying to sell this card, I would think this way, or if I was a buyer of this, I would be thinking about this sort of in a similar way. I wouldn't be saying this as I was trying to buy a card, but this is how I would think about it. Okay. So there's 20 of these cards, right? 20 star 101 Jordans that have been autographed and graded by PSA. And if I remember right, this one is like a pop 2 or 3 with like 11 graded higher. And so it's like a top 13 to 15 Michael Jordan star 101 card in existence. I think it's interesting because it's only graded a 4. The autograph's a 10, and the autograph's really nice. I like that the autograph gets into the border here a little bit so that you can see the autograph a little bit more. It's a little bit busy. The blue stands out. You don't really struggle to see it, but seeing it get into the border of the card to me is a positive thing. So as I look at this card, though, the thing that really like comes into my mind is, and this is the part that I was getting at before, if this is a top 12, 13 copy of this card in existence, what would a top 12 or 13 of the 86 Fleer in existence be worth? Well, we already know that because we saw PSA 9 with 10 autograph. That's a pop 12 between the 9s and the 10s of the 86 Fleer. Apparently sold for $2.7 million. Now, that seems insane to me. I think it was 2.7. Might have been 1.7. So much money that I can't even comprehend, right? Well, if that's a top 12 copy of the 86 Fleer that's autographed, and this is a top 12 copy of the 84 star, or close to those two numbers, should it be close? Or do we really just care about grade, like straight grade? Isn't the purpose of the grade to differentiate and to discern where in the stack a card falls? Or is it just we really like high numbers? I'm asking interestingly, like I'm asking you right now, what do you think? I've always thought about it, not in terms of like just how high or low the number is, but like where it puts it in the stack. This is like a top 12 or 13 Jordan star autograph. It's not worth anything close, apparently, to what, and I think the card ladder data would back this up. It's not worth anything close to what those high-end 86 Fleers are. Is that just because we like high numbers? It's interesting. It's just worth thinking about. Also, the other thing that's worth thinking about here is do yourself a favor if you're looking to buy this card. Do an analysis on what the market cap is for 86 Fleer autographs, and then do the same thing for star. It's interesting. It's really interesting. Just look at that. Let me know what you think. All right, let's go back. Okay, I've got to talk about this card for a sec because I don't think people know it, and I got to show you guys on Card Ladder. So if you go to Card Ladder, 1999 or 1998, excuse me, Upper Deck, Michael Jordan jersey auto 23. So the Michael Jordan jersey autograph from 1998. So look real carefully at the pictures here. Look at a picture of Jordan and see this one says UD3 GJ. And this one right here says LLGJ. And this one right here says, oh, that's the same card. This one right here says MJXGJ. There are, I believe it's 6 variations of this card. Okay, there's 6 game used. I think it's 6. There's might be 7, 6 or 7 I believe there are 6. Gosh, I need to know this. I don't want to lie to you guys. I want to tell you if there are 6 and if there are 7. So how can we figure that out real quick? Let's just go through and count them. No, that's not the best way to do it. So let's say it like this. There's either 6 or 7 of these cards in total, different variations. Of the different variations of this card, there's only one that stands out as significantly different than the others. And as we scroll down, I'm going to see if you guys notice it. So this is a different year card. But look at these ones. Look at these ones. Look at these ones. Look at these ones. They all look pretty similar, right? Gosh, we're down to 2022 right now. But all the way back in September of 2022, this card sold. This card looks different. Why does it look different? Obviously, it has a different color on it. This one has gold on it. This card just says SPX GJ, meaning that it came from SPX. And here's what's really interesting, guys. If you come back here and look, this card also, wait, actually be able to see it. This one also, wait, this one, I'm just lying to you guys now. This one says GJA2. Okay. I thought that only one of them was gold. I must be wrong. GJA2. SPX GJ. Let me see. Is it not the same image of Jordan? Look at the image of Jordan looking up. Jump shot. Okay, wait a second. I must be going crazy here, guys. GJA2. Jordan raising up, looking up. This is the same card. This is the same card. This is number 9 of 23. This is number 18 of 23. Yeah. Why? This one says GJA2 on the back, and it is. This one, I'm going to go look at Golden right now. Hope it's still up. Golden doesn't have, you can't always find Golden stuff. Okay. Getting to the bottom of this stuff. Yeah. What the heck, man? GJA2. Why did Beckett mess up on this and put SPX.GJ? This card, this PSA, this BGS 9 that sold at Golden years ago is mislabeled on the front. Darn it, Beckett. Whereas this one that is up right now with Fanatics is not. This one is labeled the right way, 9, with the words GJA2. So I will go back to what I was saying before I was rudely faked out by a Beckett slab that was wrong. Of all of the different variations of this card, there's only one that shows up as really different, right? This is the gold one. So there's 6 different variations of this card, maybe 7 different variations of this card, and there's only one that really stands out is very different. The fact that this one stands out as different as it does to me is the story of the card. And it is a historically important card for several reasons, but not the least of which is the fact that it's the very first Michael Jordan game jersey card where he's wearing a jersey from the Chicago Bulls. Remember, the year prior to this, Jordan wore an all-star jersey on the jersey and jersey autograph cards, and that's one of the most iconic Jordan cards ever made. But I'm telling you guys right now, if a Jordan jersey auto from 97 showed up, number to 23, that's a 7-figure card at this point. Like basically any copy of that card is a 7-figure card at this point. Whereas the next year where he's actually with the Bulls, it's not valued in the 7 figures because you have the several different variations. And of those variations, there is one that stands out as significantly different. And it's the one that's at auction right now. The fact that it's in a 9 is awesome. The autograph on this is just fire. Like, look at that. Look at the autograph on this thing. Just as blue as you could possibly hope for. 18 out of 3 is just spot on. No bubbles. You know what? There might be a few little bubbles here in Jordan, but the autograph is just fantastic. The color on the autograph is fantastic. The jersey, I mean, this is This might be the best copy of this card that we've seen sell before. So my question is, if we go back to Card Ladder. So first off, we haven't seen the gold one sell in 3.5 years. We've seen all the other ones sell, and we've seen, 20-something copies of the card, of the different other variations of the card sell since the last one of this sold. So what that tells me is there's something to this idea that one of them stands out. That's the one that people really hold on to. And as we look at the highest price ever, we're going to see some really interesting things. The reason that we're going to see some really interesting things is that grade and timing is going to be what matters most. It shouldn't shock you that this one that's the highest ever sold in November of last year, and that the second highest ever is also in November of last year, and that the third highest ever is in September of last year. This sort of card has seen a massive increase. And so as I look at this and I sort of identify, okay, like which of these is going to be the highest, the thing that's very clear to me is that the gold doesn't pop up. Why doesn't the gold pop up? Because we haven't seen gold sell in 3.5 years. The one that's gold, we haven't seen sell in 3.5 years. So seeing it sell this time here, pretty big deal. It's already at 220, which post buyer's premium would put it at the 1, 2, 3, 4. It would already be the 6th highest sell of this card ever. It's already the highest ever of the gold. I'm calling it the gold. It's not, I think you guys get, it's not a parallel, right? It's not like it's a gold parallel, but it's the one that stands out as different because the typing is in gold and because the accents are in gold. All right. I probably said enough about that. This is actually this is the other one that sold. Let's get you guys a look at the actual. There you go. Just so blue. So nice. All right. I've talked about enough about that. Okay, let's go back. I meant to hit the control button there. So there's that. The Shohei obviously is a huge, huge story because the autographed 1/1 of this is the most expensive modern baseball card of all time. Oh, no, that's not true. It's Behind the Trap, the second most expensive modern baseball card of all time. Sold for $3 million. So how much does an autograph and making something a 1/1 make it worth over a non-autograph that's numbered to 4? We're going to find out. The fact that it's got the gold patch, though, that's because he was an MVP the prior year, and it's a big, big card. Shohei Kanji autographs, obviously a huge deal, but the 10-10 here does some heavy lifting. That'll be interesting to watch. Talked about this Jordan in great detail on my Instagram, shared 13 facts about this card that you probably don't know. If you haven't already checked that out, definitely do. BGS 9 on the gold refractor of LeBron, one of the most iconic gold refractors in existence, unquestionably. The start of gold refractors in Topps Chrome. We'd never seen them in Topps Chrome before this. The stars were numbered to 99. The rookies were numbered to 50. It's just a wonderful card. PSA 7.5 is not a small deal on this MJ. Do not sleep on that. How long has it been since we've seen a star Jordan higher graded than that sell? I'm going to go find out. Michael Jordan, 1984 star PSA. Let's see the last time that one really sold for like a higher grade one sold. So the way that we'll do this, check this out. I'm going to put in a minimum grade of 100 grand or minimum price of 100 grand. And when I do that, there's this 9 that's an OC that just sold. We're not going to count that. And there's 7. There's autographs. 6. Okay, so a 7.5 moved in November. Moved for $200,000. I wonder if it's the same copy. I bet it is because there's not very many of them. Let's go see. Ends in 931. Nope, it's a different copy. I'm wrong. 362. So last one sold for $200,000 is what this is showing. When was the last time? Okay, so an 8 sold in September for $268,000. Be interesting to see one of those sell today. So no higher grade has sold in 5 months on this card. So that'll be a big one. Really interesting Steph, an ad patch out of Flawless horizontal card 2022. Great looking autograph, holofoil, etched holofoil around the card. Speaking of etched holofoil, one of the nicest sets ever. PSA 10 or 7 with a 10 autograph. Great looking patch on this. This is one of the nicer Kobe limited logos that I've ever seen. I had somebody message me yesterday and he said, am I crazy, or is 04 Exquisite a nicer set than 03 for the limited logos? And are they more popular? And what he was doing was he's highlighting how often Michael Jordan's 03 limited logos sell versus 04. If you haven't looked at that before, go check Card Ladder. It's interesting. 03 moves is just like way, way, way more than the 04 does. And the 03 is just a great card. It's maybe the most iconic Jordan Exquisite card, maybe the best known Jordan Exquisite card, the 03. But the 04 is just eloquent. It's beautiful. The thing that goes against Kobe, and I can say this because I have one, he has two versions. Jordan only has one version. So Jordan has 50, Kobe has 100. LeBron has 100 as well. This is, in my opinion, and not shockingly, because I own the other one, I think this is the lesser version. But like, look at this one. The fact that it's an PSA holder is a big deal. The fact that it's a 7 and a 10 is a really big deal. This patch is really nice. It's got a lot going for it, guys. The autograph's really nice. Brady golds. Every time we see a big Brady gold sell, it's a big deal. But from 2013, it's really, really early. I really like that card. Jordan autograph on the 86 Flair, the fact that it's an 8 with an authentic autograph. And these have grown so much. And you understand why they're beautiful. I'm not sure I've ever seen a nicer Aaron Judge card. I got to look. I'm going to highlight that. But I've got to look at Card Ladder real quick. I want to see the highest Aaron Judge card ever. Sorry, Aaron Judge. I mean, aesthetically, let's see, highest price. So, of course, he's got a super refractor out of Bowman Chrome. And then you've got the duel with Otani, and they're both, that's not autographed. And then you've got a red. These are exactly the cards that you would anticipate that would be at the top. Two cards where Otani's doing the heavy lifting, and then a red and a super. And then this card from 2024 sold for almost 70,000. Now, if we look, this is the year prior. It's already at 70 pre-BP. You want to compare the cards for sure aesthetically. When did that one from 2023 sell? It just sold, so that's interesting too. This is a really pretty card that sold for almost 70,000. You compare that to this one. Similar aesthetics. This is the earlier one. I'm not sure how much that matters for a card like this. Because I don't know how long Dynasty has made these logomen patch autos for. If it's like the earliest one, that could be really significant to a collector. But boy, that's a pretty card. It's going to be, I mean, if you look at Card Ladder, this is going to be a top. It's a top right now. It's a top 9 Aaron Judge card ever, meaning it's a top 6 solo Aaron Judge card ever. And with a couple of bids, now I would say this. I think it's probably going to get past here just because there's still days left. You're probably going to see it get past here. The question, of course, is whether it can jump into this next group. Interestingly, this card sold for 161,000 in 2020. 2 years later, the same card in the same grade, the same card sold for over twice as much, but that's the same card. These are both reds. This one's a black label, and this one sold in 2025. Boy, that's interesting. This sold for so much more in 2022 in a 9.5. Isn't that interesting? The autographs look so different on these two cards. Oh, wait, it's a different card, guys. Going crazy. The batting stance is close enough. I stopped really paying attention. 28, this is 2017. Okay. This is the first Bowman, and this is the rookie. So that explains why that's happening. But my point is, this, as far as individual Judge cards, I think is probably going to be a top 5 individual Judge sale ever. Because this is, or top individual Judge card ever, because this is 1 and this is the same card. This is 2. This is 3. I think it'll be 4. And then maybe it can get up into here, but I don't think so, given where that other Dynasty landed. But I think it could be a top 5 Judge sale ever. That's obviously a pretty big deal. Okay. Come back here. As I look through the auction, I would tell you one of my very favorite cards in the whole auction is this Steph Johnny Flynn right here. And the reason is I think a lot of people will look at this card and they will say that Steph Curry needs to be on his own card and you shouldn't have Johnny Flynn on there as well. You should just have Steph Curry. It's a rookie logo, man. It's amazing, and Johnny Flynn ruins it. I think a lot of people will say that. And I'm a big lover of single logo man cards. I don't own any duels, but I actually really like this duel a lot because I think it tells a story. Johnny Flynn infamously was drafted ahead of Steph Curry, the pick ahead of Steph Curry. This card would have, I'm telling you right now, this card would have never been made if Ricky Rubio came over when he could have for like the rookie photo shoot. He didn't. And so otherwise, because National Treasures only made 10 of these cards in the whole set, and each person only appears in the set once. Steph's only in the set once. Johnny Flynn's only in the set once. LeBron and Kobe are only in the set once. They're on the same card together. Really, that'd be a big deal card if that came to auction. But Steph and Johnny Flynn are connected. They're inseparably connected forever. And Johnny Flynn probably hopefully it doesn't cause the guy an identity crisis, but like the guy was drafted ahead of Steph by the great David Kahn, the infamous David Kahn, who drafted he and Ricky Rubio. And they surely would have made a duel of those two if Rubio would have had a logoman available, but he didn't. In fact, National Treasures didn't have any of its patches, and none, because these came from the rookie photo shoot. This is the first year of National Treasures. So I looked through the whole auction. It might be my favorite card in the auction. I love that piece. Triple jersey or triple autograph, really cool. They are on stickers. A 3-color here is a big deal. This was out of 99. Obviously, Mahomes is down from what he's been. A gold Brady Kaboom from 2021. The green of this is the most expensive Kaboom card ever. Star at an 8.5 is obviously a big deal. 10 on the Shohei, and this is a green. Remember, out of 99, green's priced a lot less. And then we get to, honestly, guys, this right here is probably my favorite card of the week. And I talked about it on Sports Card Nonsense a little bit, but when I saw this pop up, something sort of happened in my brain that, how would I describe this to you? When I saw this was at auction, I stopped in my tracks because I was like, oh man, we've really seen some interesting sales recently on game used rookie logoman cards. Guys don't have a lot of rookie logoman cards that are game used. Like historically, we don't have game used rookie logoman. None. We have game used logomen that aren't rookie year cards. We have rookie logoman cards that aren't game used, but historically we do not have game used rookie logoman. LeBron doesn't have a game used rookie logoman. Steph doesn't have a game used rookie logoman. KD doesn't. Giannis doesn't. Go through the years. None of those guys do, because they pulled the jerseys that they used for the cards from rookie photo shoot jerseys. So we've got all these people now who are like, I think game used should matter the most. Well, if game used should matter the most, then this should be one of the 2 best Anthony Edwards cards in existence. He has this and a signed logoman auto from Flawless as well. If rookie logoman matters so much, then like this should be the best. This should be like the best Anthony Edwards card. I'm not sure that it is. I'm not sure how the community will react. I am sure if you go and you look at the Wondershine guys, they sure have been doubling down on. In fact, let me show you guys this. So if you go to Card Ladder and you go, watch this, Logo Man. We're just going to type in Logo Man. Okay. We're going to keep this the simplest sort of search ever. If you just search Logoman in Card Ladder, here's what you're going to see. The 2 biggest cards ever sold are duels with autographs from Exquisite of some of the greatest players of all time. The 3rd highest logoman sale ever is this Luka Doncic. Why would this card sell for such a crazy amount? By the way, the 4th ever card is also a Luka Doncic. Well, this one sold for $4.6 million and then resold for $3.1 million. But this card's only sold once and it sold for $4.7. Why did this card sell for $4.7 million? Why, what is it about this Luka logoman auto that's different? This is a game-used rookie logomen auto. Flawless as a brand is the only brand that has always used game-used materials, and that's only true for the NBA. So where Flawless has non-game used stuff in other sports, including WNBA, if you see an NBA Flawless card with material on it, it is game-used material. So that Luka logomen auto right there is the only Luka logomen auto from his rookie season that's game-used in existence. It's the only one. So coming back now, actually, let's not just highlight that. Let's scroll down a little bit further. So super iconic card right here. This card again, the Jordan. We obviously have the Shohei. We get the big. We're still in like the big stuff with like Kobe, Giannis's NTRPA. Remember, Giannis doesn't have a flawless logomen auto. We've got LeBron and Kobe and triples. This Kobe that just sold a couple weeks ago for $1 million. The Anthony Davis that infamously sold for $1 million. Kobe and LeBron duel that sold for over $1 million. We've got duels of Katie and Kobe and all of these duels and big time like stars. We're not seeing any rookies though, right? You keep scrolling down. Now you get to this Wemby. This Wemby's not game used, but this is the parallel of his like this is a lot of people would argue the very best Victor Wembanyama card in existence. And you keep going, and now you get to the end. Anthony Edwards at $426,000 back in 2022. You'd love to see that card sell today. This card right here of Anthony Edwards and this card right here of Anthony Edwards are the only logomen cards from his rookie year that are game worn. So the next question that you might want to ask is, how many rookie logomen cards does Anthony Edwards have? So if you come back, so check this out, guys. This is so cool. Go to Beckett. Check this out. Go to Beckett. Type in Anthony Edwards logomen 2020. So you get his rookie year. There's 10. There's 10 rookie logomen cards, different rookie logomen cards of Anthony Edwards from his rookie year. Is that more or less than you expected? 10 total. Here's where they are. There's an immaculate duel with Jaden McDaniels. There's an immaculate duel with Tyrese Halliburton. There's another immaculate duel with LaMelo Ball. Those are all with other rookies. Then there's the parallel from immaculate of the base card. That's his biggest card out of immaculate by a mile. It's far more sought after than these other three. Then in flawless, you have a duel with Karl Towns. Then you have the one that is at auction. Then you have the one that sold for $400,000 that I believe is pretty easily a 7-figure card today. Like pretty easily 7-figure card today. Then you have, of course, the triple with LaMelo and Tyrese Halliburton. Then you have the National Treasures, the one that we saw, and then the 1-5. So all these are 1-of-1s except for the 1-5, which means there are 14 rookies. It's really interesting. It's a lower number than we've seen for other guys. For other guys, they've got rookie logomen like or over 20 or high teens. Anthony Edwards only has 14 rookie logomen cards that were made. Very few of those, actually, this is super interesting. How many of them are duels versus singles? He's got 5 singles, 6 singles, 7, 8. I think he has 8 singles. Because look, this is duel, 1 duel, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So Anthony Edwards has 14. I want to make sure I say this right. Anthony Edwards has 14 rookie logomen cards. Of those 14, only 9 don't include another player. And of those 9, only 2 are game used. Now, 3 of them are autographed. Okay. So the question that I think is worth asking is, would you rather have the rookie logomen if it's autographed and not game worn? Or would you rather have a game worn logomen that's a rookie card? I will tell you this, there are fewer game worn rookie logomen for Anthony Edwards than there are autographed rookie logomen than there are for Anthony Edwards. And I don't know how the market will value it at all. What I do know is it's currently at $55,000. And if you look back at the last few months, Like, check this out. So go to Card Ladder, type in Anthony Edwards, and just look at, in the last few months, stuff that has been, say, over like $30,000. Check this out. So this is a really cool autograph patch. It's not a rookie year patch, but it's an autograph patch. It's a 1/1 from 2022. Sold for $66,000 last week. Here's an RPA. It's numbered to, this is to 10. It's an 8.5, $91,000. The numbered out of 25, cracked ice, $39,000. A non-rookie logomen autograph. Non-rookie, $126,000. Guys, we're in January still. Like, he has had so many huge sales lately. Here's another one. This is a sweet logomen card right here, but this is not a rookie card. It's $52,000. It's a cool card. Way cool card. Not a rookie card. $52,000. So juxtapose that against this one that is a rookie card, and I think it's really an interesting one. It did sell. Let's see. I want to make sure I say this right too. I think it sold previously. I'm pretty sure. I think it sold previously, and I think it was at Golden, if I remember right. Where am I? Card Ladder. I want to see like Anthony Edwards logomen from 2020. So like these say logomen on them, but they're not logomen, right? Like, oh, this is interesting. This is the 1 out of 5. I mean, that does not look good. It's like a different color. Is it? Sorry, this is okay. The 1 out of 5 just comes with a different color. Let's do price. So we never saw any of the autographed ones except for the flawless that sold in a down market for $426,000. And this one sold almost a year and a half ago for $102,000. This is going to be a really interesting auction, guys. Sitting at $55,000 right now, given where he's come to as a player, all those other things, it'll be a fun one. Okay, Shohei, $55,000, currently on the gold wave refractor out of 10-10 here. It does some heavy lifting. The Messi autograph here, this is one of his nicest autographs. I forgot to press control. Check this out, though. It's a really cool image. I wish that the foil here was in Hall of Foil. I know I always say that every time I see this, and people don't like that, but it's true. It does allow the image to really be the focal point of the card. We've seen that card sell for a lot in the past. Okay, let's keep going. Gosh, I need to go faster. I just remembered. Got something else that I gotta do, but I want to make sure that I hit these the right way. A 9 on the Messi is a big deal. Really cool triple patch of LeBron. It's not a triple logo man, but it's 2 pieces of a logo man of LeBron from the 3 different teams. Though a few years ago, if you weren't around, if you're like newer to the hobby, a few years ago, one of the biggest spectacles we've ever seen was when the LeBron James triple logo man came out of Flawless. And it was him with the Cavs and the Heat and the Lakers. And you had like people like Drake trying to pull the card, opening packs of cards with Ken Golden and spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to try to get the card. And then it ended up selling for a couple $1,000,000. This is like that. It's just not full logo, and it's tags, but it's the 3 different teams. And that's a great story, guys. Like, I don't know how many cards he has where he's featured with all 3 teams, but it seems like they've reserved that for pretty special stuff. So that's pretty cool. PSA 10, 1 out of 2, geometric white flag. Paul Skeens, gold logo man, $42,000. One of my favorite cards of the whole auction, for sure. I talked about this card today on Sports Card Nonsense. I love this Cooper flag right here because it's an interesting, novel idea that I personally wouldn't describe as gimmicky. Some people might, but like that's the first Topps Cooper flag NBA license card they ever printed. And they said, well, it's the first one we printed. Let's put a 1 of 1 on it and put this little logo on it. I really like it. It's not the super fractor. It doesn't come with that same sort of provenance or that same sort of like boom factor. But like in a lot of ways, it's sort of the same sort of thing. It's an important card. It's like an iconic card where they said, let's make something really different out of this. The LeBron, I already talked to you guys about this, but the 04 limited logo set is just the nicest autograph patch set ever. I know I say that all the time, but it is. Celebrini, numbered to 24 out of the cup. Is that the parallel? It'd be pretty interesting. That's a pretty big card. If that's the cup jersey numbered variation of one of the most popular hockey prospects that we've ever seen, that could be a pretty big card. This one's from 03. This is a big LeBron card. I always love this card. People always ask, is that a sticker? No, exquisite cards are almost never stickers. There's only a couple exquisite stickers ever. This is a signing area that LeBron has stayed in. It's a great looking patch. The hollow foil around the window is really nice. 9's a great grade on this card. One of the best looking Ken Griffey Jr. cards in existence, though. This is top 30% from Fanatics Collect. The in-hand image of this, let's see if I can get this to work real quick. The in-hand image of this is just phenomenal. Look as the card turns. Hopefully we can get it to turn. As the card turns, my internet's not going to do it, guys. Check this out on your own. Look at how these little bubbles spin. That's what the scope pattern is known for. People love it today more than ever. The amazing thing is that it came out almost 30 years ago. It's one of the best Ken Griffey Jr. cards in existence. An 86 box, BBCE wrapped, unopened, currently at 32 grand. A 10 on the LeBron. We've seen some movement in the LeBron Chrome stuff. This one's a big deal card. There's a lot of 10s. It's not impossible to find this in a BGS grade, but it's pretty rare. I mean, there's enough of them. It's not like a pop 5 or anything. I think it's like, let's go look. I think it's like a pop 100 and something. I think. I'm not sure. Let's go use gem rate to see if they can help us figure this out real quick. If you go to Universal Search and type in LeBron 2003 Chrome Refractor. There's the card. It has been graded across all grading companies 2,153 times. Man, I was way off. I thought there was like 100. There's only 33. And there are 4 black labels. 33 is like, it's a lot bigger number than like Kobe's Chrome Refractor or, some like, it's a lot more than Steph's. I think there's 3 Steph BGS 10s. But still, 33 is not huge, and especially for such an iconic card, that is an interesting piece. Jordan in a 9.5 is a big deal. Always check the subs on that. There is a 9, meaning it is a min gem copy. And then you get to the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, here's why this card is interesting. This is the gold vinyl. The gold vinyl is super similar to the Superfractor. They're an identical thing. Superfractor is what Topps called this pattern. And Superfractor is or Optic Gold is what Panini called this pattern. But it doesn't really matter what they call it. The question is like, how do people feel about the aesthetic and how do people feel about the rarity? Now, I'm just going to be really real here. I don't think that it's the aesthetic that drives people to the gold vinyl or the Superfractor. I think it's all about the rarity and how different the card is. Where all of the other cards from these chromium type sets are like a silvery surface, the gold vinyl is not like a silvery shiny surface. It's like an etched surface. It stands out as different. So it does 2 things. It stands out as different and it's super rare. And so, in baseball, where it's like the Superfractor autograph rookie card has been like the biggest thing. First Bowman card has been like the biggest thing for so many years. For Panini, they didn't really have anything like that, right? Prism didn't have autograph rookie cards. Optic did, and Contenders Optic did. And so for Shai, if you want something where it's like, hey, I want like a Superfractor type card. I want an autograph card. I want a rookie Superfractor autograph type card of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This is basically what you get out of basketball. There is no Superfractor of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from his rookie year. There's this. There's a few different variations of this, but this is one of them. I need to look up how many different variations there are. In fact, I want to go do that real quick. I'm going to go to best way to do that. Go to Beckett. Go 2018 Contenders Shai And then the other thing that I want to type in here is the number. The number is 114. Actually, I'm not going to type in the number because I want to see. So there's going to be the number is 130. There's 130 of these to look through. What if I do, let me type in 114. Okay, we're down to 20. When we search 2018 Contender Shea out of Contender Shea 114, we have this one right here, gold vinyl to 1. Then we have printing plate. Then we have gold vinyl to 1. This is the variations. Then we have the printing plates. Okay, so they made 2 versions of this card. I'm going to tell you right now, if they only made 1 version of this card, this would have been one of the most sought after cards, really, of the whole Panini era, because it's like an autographed superfractor, 1 of 1. But because they made 2, they sort of slide under the radar a little bit. But if you're a Shea fan and you want something that's like a 1 of 1 type rookie card from him that's autographed, there's not too many options that are better than that one. So that will be a fun one to watch. Keep scrolling. I'm only going to take a minute or 2 more here, see if anything else really jumps out. Silhouette here of Kobe's obviously a really cool card. Gosh, we're still on the first page. Holy smokes, I'm long-winded today, guys. Sorry. Love this duel with Kobe. Oh, I love this gold with Brady. I do. I love this. I love that this one's a PSA 6 because now this is interesting. Okay, so when you think about like the biggest Tom Brady rookie cards, you probably think about like the Contenders championship ticket out of 100. It's the only one that's autographed that's like that. But this card's like 3 times as rare. There's 1/3 the print run of this card. The only thing that's different, look at the back. The only thing that's different is that this one is not autographed, right? And he's wearing a practice uniform, but there's 1/3 the population. What's really interesting to me here is this, guys. This card in a 6 stands out as not being the highest grade, but Fanatics has given it the top 5% eye appeal. So what I'm sort of seeing as I look at this is one of the rarest Tom Brady rookie cards in existence in a super, again, one of the rarest ones where it's a PSA 6, so it's not the highest grade, but because of the eye appeal sticker, I wonder, it probably presents a lot nicer than a 6. If Fanatic says, hey, this is a top 5 eye appeal, which they only give to a few cards here and there, it means this doesn't present like a 6. So you might get a deal on this based on the grade. I want to know how long it's been since one of these has moved because I don't remember one for a little while. So let's go 2000 certified Brady at a 35. So 30 sales publicly ever. Last one was in November, then September. There's an authentic grade over here. That's going to be your cheapest ever that you had a chance at. That one was $26,000. But a PSA 6, guys, here's one right here, 4988. So if you look at that, same one, there it is. That's the same copy. So this card sold in 2021 for $45,600. It is up again, but this time it now has the Mike Baker gold label sticker, and it has a top 5% eye appeal sticker from Fanatics. If you're not beholden to the grade, but you're beholden to rarity, if you want like a rare card and you want the eye appeal to matter the most, then this might be the best option for this card for you. Okay. Oh man, I just got out of Fanatics. That is not what I meant to do. Darn it. Say we're gonna come back to the Premier. We're gonna click on highest priced. So I think that's how I had it sorted. I hope that's how I had it sorted. It is how I had it sorted. We're gonna come to page 2. Keep scrolling down. Love this LeBron autograph. Love this Jordan low pop insert. Really a neat SGA here with the four tags. Cool Kobe, white prism Wemby, one of the best white prism cards ever for sure. KD autograph logomen out of Immaculate is neat. You don't see a lot of that sort of stuff of KD. This Kobe, I think, once upon a time sold for an absolutely huge number. That's worth looking at. Interesting Messi from 2014 prism. I love this LeBron. Long been one of my favorite LeBrons. Looks like this one's centered really well. That's a great copy of that card. And they've got it as a 30% eye appeal. I wonder if they gave that the eye appeal sticker because of how well that is centered. I agree with them on that if they did. 10-10 on the Honest Gold autograph. Barry Sanders with the lion on the PMG. Just some huge stuff up. Sorry if you hear my daughter talking in the background. Dirk. Now, this Dirk is super interesting because this is another flawless game-used logomen autograph from 2018. Remember how Dirk played with Luka for 1 year? This is the last year, active year of Dirk. That's the last year of logomen autograph or of playing days cards for him. Huge LeBron. You can see the card is not perfectly centered, but as far as big-time LeBron rookies go, man, it does not get better than that. Just 3 graded higher than this BGS 9. PSA 8 on the no-name Frank Thomas. The records MJ in a PSA 10 is always a big deal. Let's see if anything else really stands out here. We've been going a while. I better wrap up here pretty quick, but oh, I love that patch on that Curry. Superfractor. What is this? Oh, it's Shohei Superfractor. Judge Red autograph. Dwayne Wade 910. There's that flag geometric white 2 of 2. I love this passing the torch. Walter Payton. I love that card so much because it's got Barry on the other side. I'll bet this is the same copy of this card that recently sold a Card Hobby. Then somebody's flipping it. We never saw this Kobe. This Kobe didn't show up for years and years and years. Finally showed up on Card Hobby, and I'll bet you somebody bought that and is selling it here. Right? It's a really tough card. It's from the earliest Panini years, 2012. The card's numbered to how many All-Star games he had made at this point. He ended up making more All-Star games, but at this point he'd only made 15. So he only signed 15. It's a beautiful card in hand too. So cool. I love that Kobe. That's one of my favorite cards in the auction. PSA 6 on this Jordan. Gosh, I had one of these in the same grade. I think I sold it for like $6,000. Oops. Big mistake to me on that one. Big Cassius Clay Cassius. PSA 6. One of his toughest pieces for sure. Jordan with the gold sticker, the refractor with peel. That's a big deal on that card in a PSA 10. That's a big card. At that point, there's really not a bigger Jordan card. He's one of the biggest Jordan cards in the world at that point. Big time Judge autograph patch. Ooh. Cade. Oh, is that the rookie? I always forget 20. I always get confused with between 22 and 21. I don't see a rookie symbol. And obviously I see the I was gonna say I see blockchain. Yep, I see blockchain. But if we look at the back, it is licensed material, but I'm not sure if it's a rookie. I should know. I always forget which one's which for Cade, if he's 2022 or 2021. I remember Zion 2019, Ant 2020, and then I remember 2023 is Victor, but I always forget back in 2021 and 2022. It's either first year or second year. It is a logomen autograph either way. It does have the 75th anniversary, and I love obviously how well he's playing. That's one to watch. Figure out if that is a rookie year card. Commemorates the 75th anniversary. Outside of his top tier rookies, it ranks as one of the best point guards, best cards. Yeah, I think that's fair. Like, so this is a second year card. It's one of his better cards. That's not a top tier rookie card. I think that's a true statement. Okay, love this LeBron 8.5 on that. That's a big deal card. Shea gold autograph. I used to have one of these. I used to have this exact same card, not this copy. Mine was 2 of 10. It was the only Shea that I ever owned. I believed early on that dude would be really good. And he has far surpassed anything that any of us could have anticipated. Big Drake May, KG 98. Oh, this Jordan's got a great story. So Jordan only has a few autograph patch cards from his whole career where he's playing when the card's made. And they made a lot of autograph patches after his career, like literally the year after when Exquisite started. And they made some autographed jersey cards during his career, but autograph patch cards, really rare. So in 02, SB Game Use made this one. He signs it. That patch is there. This is while he was active. It's really just this and some duels, and then his autographed logomen from Upper Deck that year, the Logomania. So there's like, I think this is right. I think there's 63 autographed patch Jordan cards from his playing days ever. 50 of them are this card. That's why it pops up so little, is because people know that, and that's a big deal. Then there's the 3 logomen. Then there's 2 duels, one with Kobe and one with MJ, both from the same set. So 60 of the 63 patch autos from Michael Jordan's career while he was playing came from SP Game Use in 2002. The only 3 that didn't came out that same year in the regular Upper Deck set. Number to 60, the Black Trout autographed Jordan. This is out of the Milestones, the Tributes Milestone set. There's like a few different variations of this card. It's an Avery label, but it is a 9.5 in an old holder. It's really an interesting Jordan autograph. A PSA 9 on this. This is a thicker card. This black bordered LeBron number to 500. 9 on that's a really nice card. In fact, look at this, guys. This is a sleeper. This is absolutely a sleeper card. So super. People know this card, right? Like this showed up on the 25 and 25 project. Is like the 22nd or 23rd most iconic card of the era. The white suit holding the jersey, the first top set. They didn't have playing days, or they didn't have him, in playing yet when they made this card. They started making it before he started playing for Cleveland. And there's all these different variations, right? We saw the gold one earlier on. But guys, it's a PSA 9. This is a really tough grade. In fact, it's so tough. There are only 4 in this grade, and there are none graded higher. I would suspect a card like that would suffer quite a bit more, but it's not the highest level, right? There's the gold, and the gold people would obviously rather have the gold. But the black's always been beloved as a sleeper card to me. Gonna keep scrolling down here for a second. Con Knipple, number to 25, pop 1. That's a big deal. We just saw a PSA 10 of this card go nuclear last month. Oh, wow. Look at this. Look at this. This is a great sketch. Matt Greetings, number to 400, Bart or Art to Bart card. Some of them look similar. This is a unique look at Bart here. I love that card. That's going to be one of my favorite cards in the auction for sure. One of the first Tom Brady autographed jersey cards. In fact, I think it's the first autographed jersey card of Brady. He has autographed ball cards that come before this. But I know I keep trying to go fast, but there's so many good pieces. Wow, this Rodman. I wondered how this card would be in the premiere because there's 91 of them, and a card like that of Rodman's usually a few grand. Guys, it's a PSA 1010. Wonder if it's my old copy. I owned one of those that I sold raw. I wonder if it's the same one. Mine was pretty nice too, but 1010, wow. SGA ad tag, autograph, horizontal, neat piece. Look at this. Look at this inscription down here. I don't know this guy, and I don't know what that inscription is, but it's worth looking at. Yeah, take a look at that inscription. BGS 9 on the Kobe. Grant Slayton, last I heard, had like 6 of these. I don't know how many. I mean, I like this one because it's in an old BGS holder. I love that old BGS holder. That card has not been touched in 20-something years, and that's so neat to me. Ichiro in the gold. Don't see that very often. The question on this one, of course, is this English or is it Japanese? This one is English. You'll see here that they have it show that it's numbered out of 99. It is numbered out of 99, but the English ones are only half of the 99. I think it's odd is Japanese and even is English or vice versa. I always forget. But this says Pop 11. I think the Pop 11 probably applies to just the English, but I'm not sure. You'll want to look at that. One of the best Ichiro cards ever. Okay, I'm gonna keep scrolling here. I want to see. There's still 3 pages. Big time Reggie in a PSA 6. Jerry in a PSA 8. Unbelievable Ohtani though. Why is that only at 57.50? I mean, that card right there. Look at that patch. That card's gonna suffer a lot of money. I love both these Kobe's. You can see there's 2 cards in the set. I have long argued this is the nicest aesthetic autograph set ever. Literally ever. 04's exquisite enshrinements are the nicest looking autograph cards I have ever seen. I've only ever owned one card from this set. It was a Yao Ming. I think I've only ever owned one. It was a Yao, and I sold it, but I really liked it. I mean, it's just a beautiful, beautiful card. This 3-point shots right here is not numbered, but I believe that there are believed to be 23 of these in existence. Their 3-point shot was was just an insert autograph jersey where it was known what they were limited to. Both of the Rookie of the Years numbered to 4 on the gold logomen duel. The John Morant, I just skipped over this real quick. It's because I don't know Skeens or Luis Gill very, very much. But like, that's a really cool piece. These gold logomen only exist because they won the Rookie of the Year. We've seen some cards from this exquisite endorsement set go nuclear, just crazy nuclear. So that'll be fun to watch. Luka Gold Kaboom is a big deal. Cool to see an orange in a PSA 10 of that card. Red Garnett. Quad patch for LeBron out of the 03 exquisite. Or sorry, the triple patch. Quad would be numbered out of 3. I think that would be a huge, huge deal. So we're getting into some of the cards that are a little bit lesser, but still obviously huge cards. But boy, wow. A triple logomen from 04. This is the first year of triple logomen. Okay, they did them almost every year after 03. This is the first year that they did them. And there's an interesting commonality here between these 3. Garnett, the Garnett, McGrady, and Amari are 3 of the best high school draftees of all time at that point. That's a cool triple logomen to me. Holofoil around the window. Really great looking card aesthetically, in person especially. Way nicer than several of the other years. Number 24, Kobe Bryant. Great 3-color patch on one side, pretty plain on the other, but great looking autograph. Bonds out of 24. Look at this sweet triple autograph right here. Griffey, Trout, and Jeter with the patches too. Whew, that is nice. Bobby Witt, red signature. An EX box. Big time legacy of Kobe. A Jerry, 910 on the Jerry Rice. Let's go to the second to last page. We're just going to do them all. Ooh, big, big LeBron. Check this one out. Number to 10. This is the decade edition of the Fleer Focus rookie. As we get further away from his rookie era, I think you'll see stuff like this be interesting to some collectors because I think there's going to be people who are basically putting together the checklist of rare LeBron rookies. You know, it seemed like he had so many, but after the last several years where we really see what it's like to have a lot of rookie cards, it seems almost crazily obtainable to be able to go get some of the rarest LeBron rookies. You can put together a checklist, and some cards like this, you pop up once every several years. So that is a big one for sure. Kaboom, Kevin Durant in a PSA 10 from 2013. This Ginobili is not going to finish at $3,000. I promise. So Mono Ginobili, I did this recently on a recent episode of Across the Hobby. If you go type in Ginobili and just sort for the highest ever, what you will find is a bunch of cards where he is featured alongside other guys. Not shocking, right? When he's with Timmy and Tony, you get bigger numbers, right? Not shocking at all. If you scroll down, I remember when Jeremy and I covered this auction, this was the biggest Ginobili ever when it sold. It's an upper deck era logoman, and he does not have many of those. Remember, he's drafted in 02, or his rookie year was in 02, and so he does not have very many logoman cards, right? This is a logoman, and that's his highest selling single card ever. His second highest single selling card ever is from 2018, and that's his solo Superfractor. Those are his 2 biggest cards ever. And then you can get down to here, and you've got an Immaculate 1/1 that sold late last year. So that's a really pretty good comp on that too for $14,000. And then from 2022, the 3 out of 5, you can see he just does not have a lot of logomen. Even these ones out of 5 were selling for that much in a down market, right? What you'll notice that you have not seen to this point is an autographed logoman. And at this point, we're not going to see one. Here's another simple logoman without an autograph. There are no autographed logoman Manu Ginobili cards that we have seen sell to date. Boy, I want to go back and buy this one for $3,600, that 2012 gold. There are other logomen that sold. Again, that's a down market. That's pre-pandemic right there. But there are not autographed logomen. Oh, this is a tag. I thought maybe we found one. It's an autographed tag logoman. That is different. So what does that mean? We'll even do this real quick. This is not an autographed logoman of Ginobili. These are not autographed logomen. We've got some tags, some autographed tags. Here's an autographed tag. I mean, this is an autographed tag logoman. It's not even a complete tag. And it sold for $3,000. So when you see this sell, where'd it go? Oh my goodness. I thought I clicked on it. Maybe I didn't. When you see this card sell, how did this just go backwards? That was crazy. I don't know what just happened and how I went backwards there. Oh my goodness. Why is it sending me all the way here? It's only page 6. Like almost done here. Come on, don't send me back to the beginning. These people have already had enough of me today. Okay. It's from 2013 too. There's 2 of them. Guys, this card is absolutely huge. This will not send it. This will not end at $3,000. So I have to do a little bit more research here. It's from 2013. I know Ginobili's autograph is nothing to write home. Excuse me. I know it's nothing to write home about. Right? It is not. I mean, it is pretty long, and it's got the 20 on it. It's not legible at all. It's 2 of 2. I wonder if this was like recently issued via a long time expired redemption. We saw the same thing happen with a Russell Westbrook last year, where some of his autographed logoman cards from a decade ago finally were redeemed. This is the first Ginobili logoman autograph that I've ever seen, though. And so what I'm really interested to do is I just want to just quickly go Ginobili logoman. And we're going to get a bunch of, gosh, only 28. He's in some of the earliest logoman sets. Look at that. He was in the jersey edition from his second year. And then you've got some of these types of sets. There's that SP game used. But interestingly, see, they don't have the 04 SP game used because it wasn't called logoman. So you might wonder, well, how do you know that you're capturing all the logoman autographs? I do because I know the sets well enough. Like, he doesn't have one in well, actually, he could have one in Ultimate Collection. I don't think he does, but he could. He could. I've never seen one before. In 2013, when we get to 2012, you can look here to see like autographs. See how like there's no autograph tiles here. So I'm just scrolling down, looking through. So there's there it is. It's his first, I believe it's his first logoman autograph, unless he has something really rare that's not coming up. I don't think he does. I believe it's his first logoman autograph. And then, he has one. Oh, he has one in 2016. That's a 1 of 1. That's cool. And then he has these things that are called logoman, but that's a gold bar. That's a platinum bar. That's a silver bar. These are not. Meaning he has 2 logoman autographs ever. 1 to 2 and 1 to 3. For a beloved player like Manu Ginobili, that is very interesting. I think that'll be a really fun one to watch. I think it'll be a really fun one to watch. I will be watching it with you. Okay, so this one right here is super fun. So I want to show you guys something crazy about this LeBron James card real quick. So I think a lot of people will look at this card and they'll say, "Oh, cool, LeBron James, it's a PSA 10. It's got a cool piece of the uniform." But I think I look at this card a little bit different. Okay, so it's a 1 of 1. It's from 2009 National Treasures. Like, what's the big deal, Adam? Like, why does this thing really matter? Century, team logo, 1 of 1. Like, what's that all about? So what you've got to understand here is that this LeBron James is actually from the first year of National Treasures. People love logomen tags, but most importantly, this is a parallel or a variation of the base card. This is a parallel or a variation of the base card. See how this says number 2? Let me show you guys this. If you go to Beckett and you type in 2009 LeBron National Treasures, there's going to be a lot of results here. 31 results, okay? See how this card is number 2 right here? See how this is number 2? Look at the image on this card. Sorry, I got to click on this and show you guys. This is the base card. This is the first ever National Treasures LeBron James base card. So how did they parallel base cards back then? Because parallels of base cards are like super sought after, like very valuable, right? So how did they parallel base cards back in 2009 National Treasures? Well, they didn't do it by color like they do today. They didn't do like any refractor or anything like that. The way that they did it is the rarest parallels were actually given jersey pieces or patch pieces. And this one is the patch off of the Cavaliers team logo. See that? Team logo, 1 of 1. And it's a Gem 10 grade. Okay, now let's go back here. So that's card number 2. There's 99 of them. And then you've got this biography thing, but this is an insert. And then biography. And then you've got, okay, Century Gold. So there's a Century Gold card that's numbered to 5. There's also a Century Materials number to 49. Again, this is a parallel or a variation of the base card. It's just a jersey. It's number to 49. Then you have NBA Logoman, which is also number 2. Century Materials right here. Then you have this one that has Century Materials NBA tags. And then you have this 1 out of 10. And then you have this team logo 1 of 1, as well as a platinum 1 of 1 that does not have a patch. And then everything else, I think, from there is going to be different. Yeah, card number 33. This is a dual. These are no longer parallels. Okay, these are other things from the set. Logomen. So that sort of like, that does it for the parallels. Now, here's what's crazy interesting to me about this. If you go to Card Ladder and you go 2009 National Treasures, I'm going to just hit Kobe so you guys can see something here. So this is, and I know we're doing a LeBron card, but wait, why didn't it pop up? There is a 2009 National Treasures Kobe that sold. It was one of the biggest. It was a Sotheby's card. I know this is true. I know it is. 2009 National Treasures. It's not Steph, but it doesn't pop up. I got to find this for you guys. I'm going to pause this real quick. I don't know why I missed it before. I don't know what I was looking at wrong. But if you just type in Kobe tag on Card Ladder, here's what you're going to see. See this Kobe right here? This one is the same type of thing, right? Like this is a variation or a parallel of the 2009 National Treasures Kobe base card. Here's the difference, though. Where Kobe could sign for Panini, LeBron couldn't. So where Kobe has an autograph on his and sold for $168,000, LeBron, on the other hand, is not signed and could not be. He could not be signed because he did not sign for Panini. And because he didn't sign for Panini, it makes this really interesting situation where, this is his best sort of card from this product. It's his best sort of parallel from this product, but it's not autographed. So the question is, how much does an autograph add to something like this, especially when he couldn't have autographed it? So it's also a PSA 10, which is obviously pretty cool, but I just love, the team aspect of this. The other one that I'll point out to you. So if you look at this Kobe from 2017, you get the logomen tag. Again, you get the autograph, you get the team tag. And I think people really like the team tag. It's different than the logomen in that, not everybody can have that. Kobe has it with the Lakers. And here LeBron has it with the Cavs. But really the story here is it's the first year of National Treasures. It's the highest end parallel. But I don't know if people think about it like it's a parallel because of that uniform. So should be an interesting watch this week for sure. Okay, so there's that. And then I want to see, is there anything else? Oh, check out this Brady autograph on the SPX. What is that? It says TB12 is a proof. I was like, why don't I see the serial number down here? There's supposed to be a serial number. It's a Tom Brady proof. TB12 collection. So that's really cool. This autograph patch right here with this Go Bucks, I think. It's not licensed, or it's flawless, but that is a really cool card. Really neat Cooper Flag here. The blacks are numbered out of 10. Kobe red to 25. Kyrie finals patch, or finals logomen, I should say. I need to look into those more and understand what I can understand about those. Kobe to 81. This Julius Irving's super interesting because it's the rarest card in the set. Most of the cards are numbered out of 50, but Irving's to 28. This Trae Young, I used to own the non-autograph version of this one. I think it sold for like 40 grand. As far as Trae Young autographed 1/1 rookie cards, it doesn't get much better than that. Interesting. 2 of these emblems of endorsements up in the same auction. That is pretty cool. And Chris Paul, man, one of the best Chris Paul autograph patches that you're going to find. And really, like 2 of the best autograph patch Chris Pauls of all time are in the same, are ending the same week. This one's at 1625. This is numbered to 3. This is the number pieces from 07, and the patch on it is phenomenal, and his blue autograph is phenomenal too. Not a rookie as well. Oh, I love this LeBron, the turkey red. I wanted to do a reel on this. I don't know if I'm going to get time with everything else I have to do, but this is the wood parallel, number to 1. Turkey red really had an interesting following. Bobby Jones, that's his rookie card. That's a big deal card. And then a non-autographed logomen of Derrick Rose from 2019, numbered 1/1. Oh, this Frank Thomas. I want to do a reel on this one too. I'm sorted from highest to lowest. There's some stuff that's in this auction that I really like. This Deion Sanders is gorgeous. And down here lower in this auction, guys, I wish I wasn't almost out of time. I gotta go, but dual logomen, we just saw a huge sale from this set with Nomo. Luka in a Laker uniform, Eminence auto. What is this? Front page music? Why did front page music? Not sure what Dame is inscribing on there or why. It's sure interesting. Shield auto for Shedeur Sanders. Really an interesting Noma. I expect that this Noma will go up quite a bit. It's interesting to see him with a bat in hand. But that era parallel is really interesting. I saw the Wharf talking about this. This might be the only one that's ever been graded or ever seen or something like that. Guys, just a huge week at Fanatics. Let's make sure that we covered everything. That card's sitting so low. That'll be fun to watch. Autograph on McCade is a big deal. One of the biggest cards of the week without question. Huge Aaron Judge. And then you get to Card Hobby. And Card Hobby has every week. Let me just reset this real quick. Make sure that I'm most up to date that I possibly can be. Sort by highest priced. Especially big autograph patches. You've got to look at Card Hobby every week. Modern autographs. I always wanted one of these Kobe's. Now they're way too expensive. Look at that giant price. Another big Kobe autograph out of Impeccable. Dual logoman with Brandon Miller on it. Oh, you gotta love that Derrick Rose. Look at that patch with the holo foil around the window. That's an acetate autograph. Really an interesting Giannis card right here. So Harley Davidson's one of the most iconic brands in existence. This is just a super iconic. Somebody's sliding a package underneath my door. That's hilarious. This is a Harley Davidson patch with autograph, number to 5. A Nike patch autograph here for Trae Young. Steph Curry 1-1. See if anything else really stands out. Anything else really stands out? I want to make sure that I hit it. Oh, that's interesting. We got to hit that Dillingham. Kawhi with the Spurs. That's pretty cool. Just a huge week for Card Hobby. Always huge week for Card Hobby. Sorry, I'm just looking at everything. Oh, you know what I missed? I missed 2 other cards that I want to make sure I see. Okay, we'll hit these, then we'll get out of here. Okay, so Rob, it's interesting. They put Robert. I'm not sure if you even search Rob Dillingham if this will come up, but Rob Dillingham was a really high pick in the draft. I think it was like number 8 overall. And he got drafted to a Minnesota team that needed him to really perform right away. But he came out as a freshman, wasn't supposed to be like it was really surprised when they drafted him when they did. And they recently gave up on him. They recently traded him to another team. What's interesting is for Dillingham, this is like one of his best cards in existence. This is his 1-of-1 Nebula rookie. But you wonder, with him having just been given up on, is it a situation where he didn't really have a chance to show what he really could be? Or like, is it a situation where he's just not that good? And I don't think we know that. So if you're high on this guy, it's interesting to see at like one of his lowest hours, one of his best cards come to auction. So that will be a really fun one. But this, I didn't even know this card existed. I think you could make a really strong case. You can make a really strong case that those are the 2 greatest shooters of all time. Steph, Ray, number 10, dual autograph. I wonder if this is the only Steph Ray dual autograph in existence. So I've got to check this. I got to go to Beckett. So if we hit enter here, Steph Curry, Ray Allen, memorabilia. Okay, so there are several. Here are these ones from 2010. There's these other ones. There are several of them. Man, everybody's just like opening my door today. This is what I get when I get the kids home from school. I love having my kids home from school. Guys, I want to keep going, but my family's just yelling at me. I gotta get out of here. Thank you guys for joining. Definitely check out all the auctions this week. If you like the episodes today, make sure you drop a comment, follow, all that sort of stuff. But really always appreciate you guys joining the episode. Until next time, happy collecting.